One of the big challenges with an audit is that once you receive it, if you're serious, you have to figure out how to address the issues in it. And one of the very concrete issues was the inequitable allocation of resources to our Sage Harlem program. And once we recognized that we had to grapple with that, well, then the question is how? That's about money, that's about funding. And so what it meant for us was prioritizing the solutions to that question. We had moved the Harlem program from a very tiny office into a somewhat larger office in the Harlem community that I was all proud of, thinking, wasn't this a great step forward? It was that office that was the subject of the audit, saying this is completely inequitable. And it was. And so we prioritized, we made a decision that we needed to find more larger office space. That was a big part of it. It was the work conditions in the program and the space that was available and the limitations that it created. So we made a decision that we had to find better space, even though we initially did not have a complete theory as to how we were going to pay for it. And so we started looking for other space in the community and kind of figured out, we'll figure it out. And then in some ways we got somewhat lucky because simultaneous with that, we were beginning a conversation with a member of the New York City Council about funding. He was young LGBTQ man of color himself who had just joined the council, and we just started talking about this issue. He completely got it, he completely understood it, and we ended up crafting a whole funding initiative, which this gentleman sponsors. His name is Richie Torres. He's an amazing, amazing leader in New York City. And that funding initiative included funding for the Sage Harlem program, so that we were able to move into new, larger space and expand the staff. Some of that was luck, right? And that we found him and he had this interest, but some of it was directly out of the audit, because if it were not for the audit, it wouldn't have been top of mind for us that we need to put this at the top of the list of things we're talking to Councilmember Torres about, right? So from there, we have, and now we're in yet another program space, a really beautiful space. I feel confident, although I may be proven wrong, that somebody that would walk into that program now and was then asked these same questions in an audit would have a different reaction.